And welcome back, everyone. Game number 3 here for our first set of Group M for the FX Open Invitational Series. I am Unstable, joined here by Relkun. Let's go into it. FXOWhale against IMseed. Cloud Kingdom will be game number 3, with Seed taking map 1, Whale map 2, and let's see how we go. This, of course, will be Seed's map choice, as he is down here at the bottom left-hand corner as our teal Protoss. And it looks like he's actually going to be going for a Nexus first yet again. He has actually pylon blocked Whale this time, though, as of course Whale is our red Zerg at the top right-hand corner, going for a pull first, as he did miss blocking the hatchery the last couple of times, but Whale has wisely gone and taken the third base. He'd almost stopped it, but at least he has that pylon there. He did let it finish, though, remember, so that's going to be a little bit frustrating for Whale. Going to have to get more than 2 Zerglings out. He's already got 4 on the way.
He was putting the first couple Zerglings to good use in the first game. Just they were moving around constantly. They were never really idle. They were checking everywhere for probes. They were just scouting the map. So it's not... Having to make 2 extra Zerglings isn't the worst thing in the world. 1 drone, he's actually only put 1 Zergling on the pylon anyway. Because it's going to be a while before he hits 300 minerals, and he wants to have those 3 Zerglings doing the same thing. Just running around, checking the map, making sure that Seed doesn't really get any free vision or can't plant any sneaky pylons anywhere. But Seed has actually fully walled himself. It looked like he was going to leave his wall open, but he decided to throw down in a gateway. It looks like just a block against those Zerglings.
Yeah, it was.
Because Whale was running across the center of the map with him, and he was just being a little bit nervous. I'm not sure, like, I guess he just didn't want to have to pull the probes, because against that few Zerglings, the probes are going to destroy them.
It's not about destroying the Zerglings. It's about keeping them out of his base long enough so he doesn't see when the gas goes down, when the tech goes down, when the cyber core goes down. That's more important, really, than actually losing probes. So as we do see, he did cancel that gateway and start up the cybernetics core. And I think we're going to see a very similar game to the last couple. It's gone into harassment style play from Seed while being economically minded, and Whale just sitting back, playing defensive, and going into that late game composition. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
I'm going to assume we're going to see a Stargate again, because the Mutas wrecked him last game, and he just really didn't have an answer for the Mutas. Especially on that map, the blinking isn't really enough to stop it, as you can see him bouncing between those 2 bases repeatedly.
Yeah.
And we've got another kind of similar situation where he could swing between the third and the main base with the Mutas, and then the moment they blink, just swing up to the natural.
Yeah.
So it could become an issue for him if that same thing had happened, and I assume he's just going to preempt that by just going for the Stargate, because it's a really safe opening and it helps him deal with the problematic Mutalisks.
Yeah, that's very true. We also see that third base coming up online for Whale, and there's actually quite a few drones at his main at the moment. What?
He did actually go for a robotics facility.
Well, this map, I don't know. This map feels more like a 2-base timing map to a lot of Protosses. And this third base is very vulnerable over here. It's completely out of the way from the natural. It takes quite a while to get the creep spread over there. And as you can see, Whale is already starting his creep spread from his third base down this ramp, because that's where all the attacks usually come from. And either way, we do see +1 on the way here for Seed, so we're likely going to be seeing... Oh, no. Ooh. Twilight Council.
He's getting... Is this going to be a DT drop?
It quite possibly could be.
He got the 4th gas really fast, so he will have the gas to get that Dark Shrine out and warp in Dark Templars immediately. Robotics Facility's finishing. He's going to start off with the Observer. That doesn't tell us anything. If he follows this up with a Warp Prism, I'm thinking it's going to be a DT drop.
It could be that, or it could be if we see a lot more gateways go down. It can also be some Bleak Stalker with the Warp Prism to reinforce at the same time. So it'll come down to what he wants to build after this. And it is...
Here's the money. What is he doing? What's he doing? He's not spending the money. He's trolling us.
Alrighty. Well, either way, we do see +1 on the way here for Whale. For his roaches that are going to come out shortly. We got Swing Speed on the way. At the same time, so it should be okay. Either way, but we still don't see any kind of tech choice coming out here from Seed. He's got that second Observer coming out. He's had that Twilight Council for quite a while.
I guess he just wanted that to keep rolling the upgrades, because he's not using it at all. It's not going for Blink.
Yeah.
He's not even making a Warp Prism from the robotics facility, so he just wanted to have the Observers out. And maybe he's just
a couple of units getting caught at the front here by Whale's slow Ling somehow. is very frustrating for Seed. At the same time, he's got a few sentries over here on the right-hand side. He's got 6 sentries in total here at the moment. He's going to have what's that? An extra gateway. So he's going to have 4, 5, 6 gateways because he's walling off at the front of this ramp here.
That's interesting.
And it looks like it was that Twilight Cancel was purely for the level 2 weapons at this point.
Yeah, there we go. We do have a delayed blink, but it looks like he's just focusing on the ground army, getting the robotics just to get observers out, just so he can see what's going on. Because he realizes that with this opening, he's gonna be rather slow. He's not gonna have much map presence, so he's got to have the observers out just to see what's happening. Whale has a couple of roaches just wandering the map with some Zergling friends, seeing what's going on, see if he can apply some pressure. But he sees 6 sentries, and he might just throw these roaches at them to waste some energy.
Yeah, that's very true. But we do see the 4th base coming up now for Whale here as well. We do see this map leans towards more of Seed style of play, getting those extra bases, sitting back, playing very economically minded. As we can see, he's like made the wall up that is natural. He's also going for that robotic spare here as well. So this is going to be a very long, drawn out game yet again here.
This 4th base is significantly more difficult to hold than the 3rd. So Seed has the 3rd base, but getting the 4th could be a little bit tricky for him. He did add a robotics bay, and now he's going for a Stargate at the same time. So he's got the robotics bay, he's got the capability to start the Colossus. There goes the first one now. Blink's about to finish, so is +2. Is he going to go for delayed Phoenixes, or is he just getting ready for the eventual mothership? It's difficult to say. I wouldn't expect him to go for delayed Phoenixes, so I assume he's just getting ready to crank out the mothership whenever he can. Because there's not much aggression going back and forth right now. He's feeling safe to invest in some tech early right now. He's got a good amount of money. His army isn't really that bad because he's got 6 sentries with high energy. He's making Colossus now. He's warping in Stalkers to help support them with Blink. So we'll probably just see in a few minutes a fleet beacon go down and then try and get a quick 3-base mothership out. Because like I'm saying, getting a 4th base on this map is kind of tricky. So he might, yeah, there we go, fleet beacon has started already. So he's just going to try and get that a little bit earlier and use its presence to possibly try and secure that 4th base.
Yeah, we are going to see a lot of spine crawlers go down in a second now for Whale as he's getting more and more drones above his normal limit. But as he's coming out, he's making spines here. At the same time, he's going to start throwing some units at it. Like, personally, I don't like this kind of style because like as I was saying in the last game, it goes to more of a coin flip situation. Can you win that one engagement decisively? And you have to win it extremely well, otherwise it just falls apart. We do see Hive finishing up in a second here for Whale. Neuroparasite, he's got Banelings in the mix as well. Looks like he's going to try and do what he did in the last game, just pile a ton of Banelings into a Vortex, if anything like that happens. And that could work out quite well for him. Just kind of trade with the other player. But he is going to come here now. There's a lot of Zerglings. There's too much stuff here for Whale to really do any kind of pressure on. So he's going to have to invest into the Spine Crawlers, take another base, and just play for that extreme late game.
This is a decent map for Seed to be doing this on, though, because it's... If you look at where the extra bases beyond the 4th are placed, they're very split off. They're really far away. Whale's 5th base, he's choosing to go for the very top left. Beyond that, he'll have to go for the one over where his army is, or the corner. It's not going to be in that situation where Whale can get up and have like 5 bases mining for a while and get super high on the resources. Because Seed can send little zealot forces all across the map. I'm surprised he hasn't actually made a warp prism, because he was making good usage of the warp prism before, and having a warp prism out just to warp in zealots randomly can be really helpful in a situation like this. Yeah,
that's very true. We also have Seed going to take that 4th base in a very safe position here. He's now completely walled off his 3rd base. And it's going to come down to can Whale engage this final engagement yet again. Properly this time. It didn't work out well from last time.
He is actually making Ultralisks early. Normally you don't see those this early unless he thinks that he... The only time you usually see the Ultras this early is if they think that being able to crush the force fields will win an engagement really hard. And Whale is actually trying to bust through this wall, dropping a lot of infested Terrans to do so.
Well, 16 in total were dropped. He's going to be able to take down that cannon and a couple of... Oh, actually, no, he's going for the Forge. Really nicely done there. by Whale. He's also taken out a cannon or two, and now he's drawn a little bit of the army out here for Seed, and at the same time he's going to try and come in. Is he going to target down something? No, he's just going to back up. But he is taking every single extra base on the map at this point, or except this one over here on the left. But he's now going to be able to come back in and drop some more Infested Terrans if he wants to. And it comes down to, with those Ultras, it does work out well if you can get some Fungals down, because there aren't actually, it's as strange as it sounds, Zealots are the ones that really mess up the pathing for Ultras in this type of situation. So if you can get the Fungals down, the Ultras will tear through a lot of stuff. He's now mixing in Immortals to help deal with that. But with the Mothership out, he's going to be coming across very quickly. Seed does have +3 attack here, remember. And looking at the ground army here for Whale, is it already at 3 defense, 1 attack for those Ultras. But he's going to have... Yeah. Actually, no, sorry, it's not 3. 1. It's 2 now, because they have the extra stuff anyway. It just always trips me out.
The reason why the Zealots are the problem is just they take so long to die to Ultras, because they made that change where they do reduce damage to non-armored.
Yeah.
It's only 19 per hit in splash damage. And if the Zealots charge the different Ultras, it takes a long time for those to go down, and it just keeps them busy, while the Stalkers and the Immortals and the other really hard-hitting units are pounding with the Ultras.
Yeah.
So it can be really tricky, and there's not a lot of Zealots out, which is... That can make it dangerous as well, because then they're not really going to get splashed by the Ultras.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he can do here. There is a Vortex out on this Mothership. It's at 125 energy, so he's got to be concerned. I'm surprised that the Banelings are coming forward like this. He's not going to have them available for the Vortex. They all just got stormed.
Yeah, they did, but he did get a nice Fungal. There we go. He's gone straight into that Vortex, his entire army. And it looks like Seed, instead of going in after him, is going to sit out, try and get a good concave going. We've got some Zerglings trying to come in to back him up here. But as you were saying, he lost a lot of those things. And there we go. He's going to try and get away. Or not all the Banelings actually died to that, which is interesting. He needs to come back in. We see some storms going down. Nice feedbacks by Seed. At the same time, we got a lot of storms going down. But in Neural Parasite on those Archons as well. He just doesn't have the pure army count at the moment to be able to deal with these Stalkers coming through. And... it was a much better engagement here for Whale than the last time. He's going to have quite a bit of time to remax here. But he's going in on Zerglings, which is an interesting choice.
Coming in to reinforce this. This Mothership is a good almost 30 energy away from getting another Vortex. So the only thing this Mothership's doing is just adding a little bit of damage and forcing him to have to bring detection. And he does have some Overseers out. He's making a lot of Banelings.
Well, he still has those 3 Colossi, I remember, so he's going to have quite a bit of splash damage against these Zerglings, but he's actually going to go a lot of them into the Banelings, like you were saying. There is no sentries at all, but there is going to be, very close to having a Vortex right there. Needs to make up his mind about what he's going to be doing. Why is he running that way? Pathing is not fun.
All of the Infestors just walked straight into the Colossus as well, and the Banelings took a lot of hits there because they ran in and then back out. He's trying to manually detonate because he doesn't have any detection here. He does have some Overseers up on the high ground, but they weren't in position previously. Now all the Broodlords are going to die. Whale.
Yeah, gotta love that pathing mistakes there by Whale. GG coming down, so Seed will take down this set, moving to the winners match, mainly just due to that really bad engagement and near the end there for Whale. So we'll be right back with the Quantic Solution versus Crazy Moving in just a minute.